Mastriano's a good choice, I believe.
Does it bother you that Mastriano was at the January 6th events at all? Does that play into your thing?
I don't know any of the incidentals on that. I don't know if he was in the facility or just at the scene. There was a lot of people at the scene when they make them criminals. So I don't think so.
Right, and
Just being there, a lot of these people, I believe, got led in there too. You know, they were coerced and led into the property. They had to open the magnetic doors to get in. How'd they get through there? The guys on the inside were looking at the camera saying, open the door. So they didn't smash windows and climb through windows. They walked in the front door. How's that an insurrection?
If a candidate like Mastriano or any other candidate had been part of it on the outside, clearly wouldn't bother you. If they were on the inside, would it have bothered you?
You know, no, none of it really bothers me because I don't think there was any malice involved other than the people that were doing the coercion.
Oh no, I don't care. It was a guided tour anyway. I mean, when somebody texted me the day that on January 6th and said, "Oh, the protesters had breached the Capitol," and the first thought I had is, "My God, how did they climb over all the bodies? Did the Secret Service run out of bullets?" I mean, it's only one of the most heavily guarded places in the world. So there's no way that was anything but a guided tour. I mean, we saw the footage of the police moving aside and waving people in. The doors themselves weigh 20,000 pounds and are on magnets and can only be electronically opened from the inside. So there's no way that they breached the Capitol by smashing through the windows. It's all nonsense.
I must have seen different video because the ones I saw them beating the cops, pushing back on them, who were trying to keep them out, breaking windows and doors and forcing themselves into the Capitol.
Those were not Trump supporters. Those were Antifa members. They were bussed in. We saw the buses coming in, and they even put out flyers and were on Facebook saying, "Here's how you recognize us. We'll have Trump hats on backwards and this and that." And there were a lot of people who were Trump supporters in the crowd saying, "That's Antifa. Those are feds or what have you." So they were calling them out that day. I mean, the whole thing is a big manufactured crisis. I mean, to call that an insurrection is a joke. I mean, anyone that's been in the military, that is not an insurrection. How do you show up to an insurrection against the government without guns? I mean, that's for starters.
Some of them were armed.
Where? Who?
The people that were breaching the Capitol.
The only person that got shot was Ashley Babbitt, and she was a Trump supporter. So, I mean,
she wasn't Antifa. She was a Trump supporter trying to push her way onto.
I don't really know that much about her, but I'm just saying in terms of how many people were shot, it was only one person, and it was Ashley Babbitt.
Was she the only Trump supporter there, or were there others?
No, of course, there were tons of Trump supporters there. Oh yeah.
I was when you said it was Antifa, I wasn't sure whether.
No. I'm saying that the people that were creating the havoc were Antifa, and we saw them come in. They were brought in on buses.
What do you think should be done to the January 6th people?
Leave them alone. Let them have the ones that are in prison right now?
Yeah, the ones that are in prison and the ones that are under indictment.
I think we should compare the January 6th people to all the Antifa people that burned down cities that got nothing. I think we should remember the standard and see the disparity of the two. January 6th people are being held without any real crimes, and they're in a prison. They've been in a prison for 2 years. BLM literally burned down cities and nobody went to jail. I think, first of all, the American people don't know what happened at January 6th because the media is such a lying bunch. They are presenting total false narratives. So people don't know what happened at January 6th. So if they knew truly what happened at January 6th, they might have a different opinion.
Did you support a bipartisan committee to look into January 6th?
No. I don't think anybody should be looking into people celebrating and standing up for their First Amendment.
No, I just meant what people allege to be a breach of the Capitol. That, you just said we don't know what happened on January 6th. The committee, they tried to do a committee to look into what happened. They did, but it wasn't as bipartisan as people wanted.
I don't think they looked into what the breach of police stations, county buildings with BLM. There was no committee for that.
No, I'm talking about January 6th, though.
I know. And I'm saying it's a double standard. And when we get rid of the two-tier justice system, then there will be an ability to have justice. But right now, the January 6th is isolated and weaponized to divide us.
That was all contrived, in my opinion. There's more than enough proof out there for me to believe that nefarious people actually did the breach to begin with while he was speaking, by the way, before he said to go there, etc. And this commie committee right now that is being, as far as I'm concerned, it has absolutely no merit whatsoever for the American people, and definitely not for me, okay? It has one goal, and that is to take one man down. Well, there's more of us than just that one man. If there's one thing that Donald J. Trump gave to every one of us, he truly pointed us in the direction of we the people instead of we the government. And that is truly what I feel blessed from that man and the movement, okay? But the point is, right now, we're at a crossroads, okay? We're in a civil war, whether we like it or not.
Well, I don't view January 6th as the Great Insurrection that the media and the government want us to believe it is.
What do you see it as?
I see it as expressing ourselves. I see it, and again, if you look into the information that the people who are presenting information here have for you, then you can clearly see that there's infiltration from many different aspects of the government itself. I mean, if you watch the trials where they were asking a member of the FBI, can you say if you had informants there or if you had agent provocateurs there? They couldn't answer. They refused to answer, right? What does that say? Now I have to worry about my own government sabotaging me when I'm just in a place, expressing my First Amendment right. And that's what I view January 6th as. President Trump asked for there to be, for the National Guard to be there. And Pelosi vetoed it. So I really don't understand how then they could turn around and say that this is Trump.
Right. I'm not sure the Speaker has the power of veto over sending the National Guard in. As a matter of fact, I know she doesn't.